Speaking of Wayne, like you said, bunch of Wayne news. One of the
Mm,
first things that came out was he caught a gun charge on the plane,
mm,
and now he's facing up to 10 years in prison. Wayne back in the spotlight, back in trouble. Ain't no telling how it happened. On one side of the spectrum, we know he's a hip hop superstar. We know it come with that. We know the hip hop police have been extra alert as of recently.
yeah,
So ain't no real telling how Wayne got caught up in this situation, but can only hope, for the best. But my biggest issue, man, is like if we take a look at just the recent events of what Wayne got going on, it's kind of like everything adding up to one thing, and it's kind of like you hope that it ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Take for instance the first thing that came out. Wayne decides to take a photo op and whatever other op with Donald Trump, right? That
yeah,
that set the culture up. Everybody was in arms. Everybody like, yo, what you doing? The culture was upset about that. Um, then it comes out that boom, it was a um, what's the word? It was a an agreement between Wayne and Trump for that moment to happen. It was an exchange between the two of them. Uh, Trump got compensated somehow, whether it was the photo op and something else, and Wayne got compensated, and Wayne got compensated, you know, other ways. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes out that Wayne got in trouble. He facing 10 years, right? So then it's like, okay, two and two equals four all the time, but it's like, all right, you know, you still kind of giving Wayne the benefit of the doubt because that's Wayne, and you're like, all right, hold up, he just met with Trump, had a photo op, did all this, and now it's coming out that he facing time. So you put it in the back of your mind, and you're like, all right, that's cool. And then it comes out that he done sold his masters for $100 million.
yeah,
And not only did Wayne sell his masters, he sold all of Young Money's masters. So anything that Nicki Minaj, Drake, Tiger, Lil Twist, Chanel, all of them, Gutter Gutter, anything they made up under that YM umbrella, he sold all that for the 100 mil too. So now it's like, okay, Wayne cashing out, he facing time, just did a photo op with Trump. It's like, okay, so now in a couple weeks, if it comes out that Wayne charges are lesser than what they're supposed to be, and he facing only probation, he ain't getting no jail time, we gonna know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, so you sold the masters to get the money to pay Trump for whatever charges that you got to make sure that it all goes away. All that for a photo opportunity so Trump can do whatever he needs to do to manipulate the people. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest hurt out of everything is Wayne selling his masters. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't 100 mil for Lil Wayne and Young Money masters. Is that enough money? Is it?
hey, hey, that's what he sold it for. You know what I'm saying? He obviously appraised it and said, "Hey, 100 mil, I'll take it." Now the only thing with that is we all know that Wayne is also facing a lawsuit for $20 million from his manager that he fired.
Yep.
But we know that Wayne is from hearing from his artists, I would say he's a pretty loyal dude. Drake is pretty much, said that he's forever thankful and forever loyal to Wayne. Nicki has said that she's forever thankful, forever loyal to Wayne. So I'm pretty sure he gonna look out for them. He gonna look out for, whoever, however. He gonna make sure. And they gonna be straight. I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay, hold up, though. Hold up. Okay.
First of all, are we sure that this is a sale? Like he sold, like the masters have been sold? Because I've been hearing other words thrown around, lease and stuff like that.
Right. So now, okay, that's one side of it. It didn't specify whether or not he sold 100% control of it forever. It didn't say that. So we don't know. But at the same time, to go back to what you said about Drake and Nicki being loyal to him, right? So we heard them screaming that at the beginning of their careers when they were trying to get on, when naturally Wayne, recognizing the talent, was putting them in every position possible to make sure that they were able to get to where they are now. And they're forever thankful for that. They always say, "Yo, Wayne put me on. Wayne opened the door. Wayne put me in position." Like that. That's what their thing was. But if you look back on just the past 5 years, that whole Young Money family ain't really been together. It kind of been just 3 individuals moving. When before it was like a team, it was like, okay, yeah, Young Money is Wayne's team, so they're moving like a unit. So anytime that was that force to be reckoned with until they all popped, and now all 3 of them was their own entity. You know what I'm saying? And so now we at a point now where Drake is the biggest artist in hip hop. When the last time we heard of Drake featuring Lil Wayne song? You know what I'm saying? Recently, yeah, they dropped a track, but prior to that, it had been some time. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't even seen Drake. We hadn't seen Drake and Wayne together. We hadn't seen Drake and Nicki together. We ain't seen Wayne and Nicki together. You know what I'm saying? So on the outside looking in, it looked like something was going on between them. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it's one of those things where it's just people growing differently. Nicki was going through her things with, her issues with Meek, and then her new dude, and then marriage and pregnancy. Drake was going through his issues with Meek, and that's what kind of drew the wedge between him and Nicki. And Wayne was still trying to fight his way, trying to get his money from Birdman. So, what I'm saying, everybody was fighting different battles, doing their different things. Drake was constantly finding himself in beef, just like we talked about last week. He let Pusha T bait him. You know what I'm saying? He was doing things that were uncharacteristic to the Cash Money, Young Money brand. And it was just, everybody was just doing different things. Everybody was doing their thing. But I think at the end of it, at the root of it, that connection, especially between those 3, is still and will always be there. Like you hear Nicki on her latest feature
saying they need a play date or whatever.
Talking about it, yeah, they need a play date with Adonis. So I don't think.
So let me ask you a question then. If you were Wayne, if you were Drake or Nicki, right, and you sitting on the sidelines, and for years you've been seeing Wayne and Baby go at it, whether it was them personally or their legal teams, but the company of Wayne and the company of Baby going at it about record money splits, disputes, things like that, right? We've been seeing it for years. It put a split between one of the most iconic labels in hip hop history, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was an obvious split. So for years we seeing this, we witnessing it. It's playing out before us. So now you're Drake. It comes to a conclusion that's favorable for Wayne. He gets pretty much what he's asking for, which is ownership over Wayne. His stuff that he brought to the table, his music, Young Money, anything coming out future, just making sure he's compensated for being Lil Wayne. So now that he has that, we just get through this dispute. The culture is just not celebrating Wayne being free. That was the thing over the summer. Wayne is free. We getting No Ceiling 3. Wayne dropping new music. He's in a better He's in a better space because musically he's free. And then a couple weeks later, you turn right around, and everything that you was fighting for, you sell it for $100 million. So now, if you Wayne or you Nicki, like, how do you look at that? Because are you telling me that whatever Baby and Universal was doing to Wayne was less than $100 million?
I thought they settled for $51 million.
Okay. He the money, yes, but he also got back his masters. So that 51 mil was just the upfront fee. Long term, you're gonna make whatever back because now you own the royalties and you own your publishing and you own your masters and stuff, right? So now you turn right around and you sell that for $100 million. I don't know if I'm Wayne or Nicki.
Drake.
I'm happy. I mean Drake or Nicki. I'm happy about that.
I'm sure that Wayne has discussed this with them. You know what I'm saying? And his plan is however it's gonna go, he gonna make sure that they good. I don't know if you can ever be as good as 10 years of royalties, but he gonna make sure they good. And we gonna, like you said, we gonna definitely find out when it's time for these 10 years. When them 10 years get turned into, 7 years of probation, you know what I'm saying? Then we gonna really know. You know what I'm saying?
This is second offense with a gun. So it's like, hey.
If you remember, when T.I. went to prison for that year and a day, he was supposed to be done. That was supposed to be life for him.
Yeah.
Wayne went for a year.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's in the same trouble.
Oh, yeah.
You do the math, dog. We're gonna see.
Hey, listen. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. It's gonna all make sense one way or the other. We're gonna know. And
actually, we might find out a little bit more in a few weeks when Aubrey dropped.
That is, I believe, if I'm not, no, I'm lying. This will be because Dark Lane tapes wasn't under Young Money. It was
on the OVO.
Yeah, it was on the OVO. So this would be his first album out of Young Money. So ain't no telling what he talking about. You're right. It's gonna be an interesting album. One of the things that I look forward to when the Drake album coming out is the track list, and the first thing I look for is there a Wayne feature. That's the first thing I look for on a Drake album. I go on the track list, look at the features. Do I see Wayne name? If I don't see Wayne name, in my mind, I'm like, bro, what's up? Like what's
Yeah.
up?
I think that's everybody though. I think
Yeah.
everybody be looking for that. Everybody be expecting that. Just like when No Ceilings 3 dropped. Once we heard that Drake, it was like it made things feel better. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we find out that he's sold the masters
Yeah.
almost 6 months ago. He sold his masters in June.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that, like we said, we're gonna see, and we definitely looking forward to that Aubrey album. But for all we know, dog, they could have some type of Wayne could be signed on the OVO. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It could be all types of entanglements in that, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. We just gotta let it play out. I know one thing though. I highly doubt Wayne gonna do 10 years. And I'm gonna just that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I highly doubt
I highly
he
doubt that
will
man do it anytime.
Wayne, yeah.
Um
And one thing about Wayne is he never looks concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, if we're gonna look at any silver lining between any of this, the cynical side of me is saying that Wayne is a step ahead of everybody because he knew the charges was coming out. So what he did, he put himself in position to be cool with Trump. Sold his masters to make sure his pockets are straight. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff, like we learned about the lawsuit happened in June, and he sold his masters before then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Wayne was already like, okay, let me do this, let me do that. So it only makes sense that the next time we hear about his charges, oh, he pleaded down and got 18 months probation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I fully expect. You know what I'm saying? But